is here. I didn't see him here yesterday. Brad Bodsworth on the Aprilia RSV4 RF. Tristan Pina's on a BMW 1000R. Ronald Slamet from Ronald Slamet Racing Academy on the ZX-10R Ninja. David Endicott's on his ZX-10R. Jason Lineker stepped up to the plate. He's got a CBR 1000 that he's on. Mark van den Berg, the GSX-R 1000. I haven't seen Mark here. I don't know if he's entered. Slade van Niekerk out there also on the Project 60 Kawasaki ZX-10. Then in the Challenge Cup, we've got Gerard Frey on the ZX-10R. Dion Ebel on the CBR 1000. We know that he's been out there a lot. Danny Frost on the also on the 1000 Honda. Wesley Hendricks on a ZX-10R from Mexico Motorwise and Full SGD Racing. Wayne Aronson, a seasoned campaigner and head of the motorcycle sector. He's on a ZX-10R. Johnny Schwerin, he's also on a ZX-10R. Quentin Weening on the Bulldog Racing Yamaha R1. Evert Koorts, he's on the Gixxer, the 750. And Michael Hunter, we should see about on the ZX-6R Kawasaki.
15 of them out there, of course, and Sneeman with a 1:12.078 on pole position. Slade van Niekerk starting alongside him, as well as Ronald Slamet. Some of them getting into their grid placings at the moment.
With me, Vice Chairman of Killarney International Raceway and head of the motorcycle section, Lance Jonas. Lance, a healthy field? Do you think it's going to grow?
Yeah, I think for the start of the year, it's quite healthy. Good to see the guys coming through from the 600 class, Slade and the other two guys. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good race. They've got to chase Kewen. I think he's going to be on it this whole year.
Yeah, look, a new Honda, and we saw him yesterday in practice. He was pretty nimble. I think he was clocking around about the 112s.
Yeah, look, the guy's next level. He's the guy they've got to chase.
Right, so off the line they go. They make their way down towards turn number 1. And having a look there, looks like Ronald Slamet gets the whole shot down into turn 1. Looks like Slade van Niekerk and Kewen hanging around the outside. I think Tristan Pina might have pretty stuck his nose up into third as they make their way up the Hubert straight up towards Quarry Corner, which is now known as Castrol Corner. And they're all hanging around there. Pina slots back into third there with Kewen. It looks like we've got Malcolm Rapson sitting up there behind them as they work their way out down towards the kink.
Yeah, a bit of a bad start there from Kewen Sneeman, but he's going to have a stab back now as they go into turn 3, Interceptor Corner, and onto the Tygerberg Straight for the very first time in this 9-lap race. But as Francois has pointed out, the man from third place heading up and taking the whole shot into turn 1, and now down the straight they will then run. Look at the gap that he already has to the field behind him as they rocket it down towards turn 5 per Tamina Fostron.
Kewen Sneeman on the grass as he tries to go around the outside there of Tristan Pina. He actually squeezes his way up to third. I tell you what, that is absolutely diabolical stuff coming out of Kewen Sneeman running on the grass. Doing a bit of rallycross there now, chasing up the back end there. It looks like Slade van Niekerk. He looks up on the inside. He's going to be late on the brakes going down into turn number 1. Puts the foot out a la Rossi, but van Niekerk holds that ZX-10R up on the inside. And it looks like they're closing down on Slamet as they would eat up the Hubert straight up towards Castrol Corner.
Yeah, 3/10 between Ronald Slamet, Slade van Niekerk as they cross the line, and then a 600 between van Niekerk and Sneeman. It's all hotting up at the front. We have a 5-way battle here. Tristan Pina, Malcolm Rapson, the first of the Masters up in that section. Then look at the gap, and then the man who's on his own at the moment is Jason Lineker. Jason Lineker in that 6th position, but just taking a look at how things are sitting at the moment, Francois. Of course, the top 6, all, of course, the 1000cc class and the Superbike class. Then we have the first of the 600s in Hunter, Mike Hunter, that is now leading that class at the moment. Of course, Wayne Aronson is the Superbike Challenge leader at this present moment in time. In 8th position, Brad Bodsworth outside of that top 6 on the Superbike.
Bodsworth running that RSV4 Aprilia with the aero kit on it. They're coming out of it. Turn number 1, and it looks like Slade is closing up on the back of Slamet. He's in his draft, and so too is Sneeman. And then it's Pina and Rapson.
Rider down. We have a rider down. Number 69 is down. Is that at turn 2?
That's
turn 3.
Evert Koorts that went down.
Turn 3. Number 69 is down on the ground, and that will be Evert Koorts, excuse me. So there'll be yellow flags, double waved yellows raving in that section, Francois, as the leaders come around turn 2, Castrol Corner now.
Right, coming out there now, Ronald Slamet leads out there from Slade van Niekerk. He's on the Wayward Racing ZX10R. Right up behind him is Kieran Snyman. And closing right up there behind Kieran now is Tristan Pinard together with Malcolm Rapson as they make their way up towards the Tigerberg straight away. Up to Sorrel Sweep, that double right-hander, which has been nicely cleared with the trees now. We can see them as they head out up onto the curbstone. The front wheel a little bit off the floor as they go down. And Snyman rockets past Van Niekerk. They make their way down towards turn number 5. That's Pertamina fast strong corner. And it's getting very hot. Right up on the inside, Slade van Niekerk slides up on the inside at Kieran Snyman, regains a second place, and he's hunting Slamet. Slamet's holding on for dear life as they go down towards turn number 1.
Oh, it's going to be tight between them. Look at Kieran Snyman on the Honda Fireblade. He might take 2 of them into turn 1, and he does so. The Red Baron is right behind him there, but he's under pressure from Slade van Niekerk as well, who's now in 3rd position. This is just allowing Tristan Pinard has come up into 4th position now. Wonderful from him over there. Malcolm Rapson still holding on to 5th position as they go into Castrol.
What a brilliant maneuver coming out of Kieran Snyman. Rockets up in the inside of 2 riders. A little bit of a MotoGP stunt there now of the wheel. You can actually see him leaning up onto the front end of the forks, holding that, balancing that bike on the brakes, and then letting it go at the last moment and sliding up on the inside. Brilliant maneuver.
Look at the gap he's already pulling there, Francois Kieran Snyman on that Honda. They'll go through the double apex right-hander now at Super Sorrel Sweep and onto the straight. They'll then run. He'll get the head down, get on the wheelie a little bit over there as well, but it's going to be Slamet. That's in second, but is he going to be under pressure from the man behind him, the very talented Slade van Niekerk? They were across the line, a 1/10 of a second between them.
Right, so they're coming out of Pertamina fast strong corner. It'll be Snyman leading out on the Fireblade. He leads out. Then it's Slamet, and Slamet's got someone knocking on the back door. It's going to be Slade van Niekerk, and he looks up on the inside. Who's going to be late on the brakes? Van Niekerk. Very late there up on the inside of Slamet. He's going to shut him out. He does the proverbial shutout, keeps him on behind him, and he moves up to second. Now the thing we've got to watch, is he going to hunt down Kieran Snyman?
Yeah, it was a nice, good, sleek move over there. Look at the Red Baron comes right back at him now, and look who's in there. Tristan Pinard is joining the group, and just dropping off the back of them slightly over there is Malcolm Rapson, who still leads the Masters section on that Suzuki of his going through the kink now. Then we have a gap. It's going to be Jason Lineker. Brad Bodsworth has come back up into the top 7 then ahead of Quinton Weening, but Quinton Weening now currently leading the Superbike Challenge class. Orenson second in 10th. Hunter is now leading the 600 class. Second in that class was Evert Koorts, but unfortunately dropped the bike at turn 3. Only 14 of them left in this race.
Going down the back straight, it's Kieran Snyman who heads down to Pertamina fast strong corner, turn number 5. And up behind him, Slade van Niekerk. Slade van Niekerk up into second there with Slamet in pursuit, but right up behind Slamet, it's Tristan Pinard. Tristan Pinard is pushing very hard. Tristan Pinard with Malcolm Rapson up behind him. Still coming out of 5. Having a look at some of the rest of the riders.
Well, a 1:11.980 for Kieran Snyman on this last lap, Francois. And for Slade, it's a 1:13.646. And 4 laps left to go, including the one they're currently on. He's going to have to push incredibly hard now because he's got attack from behind. But he's also got that man ahead of him that he really wants to catch. I don't think he can do it. I think it's a little too steep a mountain to climb over here, but anything can still happen.
Yeah, no, great stuff there. Now see some of the riders coming into turn 1. That's some of the slow markers. Right, here we go, up in towards turn 2. It looks like it's Brad Bodsworth. Bodsworth here on the Aprilia with that aero kit on it. Very nice motorcycle. He's working his way through and going out of Castrol corner. Right, your leaders now on their way down towards turn number 5. Right, turn 5, Kieran Snyman. Snyman has eked out a lovely lead. He's got about a 3-second lead there over Slade van Niekerk, who's got Ronald Slamet, and Tristan Pinard is starting to open up that BMW a little bit. He's making it work.
Well, last time out, it was 3.7 seconds between himself and Ronald Slamet. They crossed the line now. It is going to be 0.2 of a second. Sorry, there was actually less time, but still, Snyman, 4.1 seconds between himself and Slade van Niekerk. Slade just holds that 0.2 of a second advantage as they cross the line. Into Castrol, once again, look at the gap that they have now, 4.1 seconds, as I have been saying, and that power pack of 3 for second position in this race. Slade van Niekerk still holds holds the advantage here at the moment, as he does. And well, we'll see behind him if the inroads can be made from Slamit or Pinar.
Right, so we pick up on the leaders and working their way through now. It's Snyman down the back straight, Hewitt on the Fireblade, absolutely electrifying down towards Pertamina Foster on corner turn number 5. But up behind him, that trio of Slate van Niekerk, Ronald Slamit and Tristan Pinar on that BMW S1000R sits there right behind the red bar. Oh, and Pinar grabbing a bit of brakes in the apex of the corner, working his way out. And yeah, they come up towards us. It's still van Niekerk ahead of Slamit and Pinar. And a little way further back is Malcolm Rapson.
Crossing the line now will be Jason Lineker next in that 6th position. Look at the gap that he has between himself and the top 6 at the moment. Only coming down the straight now on that number 93 machine. It's all focused at the front with 2 laps left to go, including the one they are currently on. It is still in the lead. Of course, Kewan Steyman by 5.3 seconds. Slate van Niekerk has got his hands incredibly full over here with himself, Ronald Slamit and Tristan Pinar on the BMW, all keeping him company over there. They go into turn 3 now for Ye's second last time in this race, and that is where we're going to watch all the way now. Malcolm Rapson will just have to hold on and keep them in sight. He's alone now currently on the Suzuki Gixxer. Jason Lineker, as I said, Brad Bosworth leading the class. Actually, Quinton Weening leads his class. Brad Bosworth second in the Masters.
Going down into turn number 5, it is Tristan Pinar. He's up on the inside of Slamit and goes to third, but Slamit cuts back as Pinar runs wide. Too late on the brakes, and it's Kewan Steyman who crosses the line to start his final lap. Here come up towards us, Slate van Niekerk gets a bit of a breather there over Slamit as Pinar held him up, and then up behind him Malcolm Rapson with a long gap coming out of 5 now, Jason Lineker. And going into 5 now, Brad Bosworth with that howling Aprilia, that V4, as it works its way there. Right, coming up towards the screen now, there is Jason Lineker. He crosses the line down into turn number 1. The leaders are working their way out of Castrol Corner, going down towards turn number 3. And going out of 3 is your leader, Kewan Steyman. Kewan has got an absolute brilliant lead there. He makes his way up towards Sorrel Sweep. He should be coming out pretty shortly. There is Steyman coming out of Sorrel Sweep on his final lap down towards Pertamina Fostron Corner. Well, Kewan Steyman has got a big post office stamp, and he has stamped his authority on this one, and most likely for heat number 2, as the checkered flag should be out for Kewan Steyman. We'll just, yep. They're waiting for him. Here he comes up. He could possibly lap one of the back markers. He is absolutely rocketing up towards the line. Over the line, Kewan Steyman.
Kewan Steyman, fastest lap on that last lap as well, a 1:11.936 for him. We wait just a little bit, 7.8 seconds to be exact. Slate van Niekerk takes 2nd position ahead of Ronald Slamit by 0.7 of a second. Tristan Pinar in 4th. Malcolm Rapson will win the Masters section, one of 3 Masters out there in 5th position. Then we wait a little while here for Jason Lineker to make his way to the line. He was basically on his own here today, old Jason Lineker, and he crosses the line there, Lineker, on the Honda in 6th position. Quinton Weening will come now to be the victor in the Superbike Challenge class. Mike Hunter will be the man, of course, on the 600, the Kawasaki ZX6. Will come across the line in 9th position, bike number 37 to take the class win. As I said, Wayne Orense is 3rd in the Master section. Bradley Bosworth in 8th is 2nd in the Master section, but Wayne Orense gets that 10th position. Garrett Frey comes through in the Superbike Challenge class. He's 3rd in the Superbike Challenge. Orense is the 2nd place man there. Leighton Thomas, number 55, comes through to complete his race. Wesley Hendricks and Daniel Frost do likewise. And that was the first race of the day, the Superbike Challenge, Masters and 600s class. And we'll have another one of those a little bit later on after lunch.